My name is T.S. Candii, and that's T.S. Candii with two I's because I never question myself with a Y. I am the executive director of Black Transnation, where we are 501(c)(3).
So what inspired you to create Black Transnation?
Okay, if I can be honest, I was forced into creating Black Transnation. It wasn't something that I woke up to wanting to do.
Right.
It was and what I mean by forced, to be honest with you, the way I got into this work, I was homeless. And I was living in a shelter, and a elderly woman from a organization came knocking on doors with pamphlets. And at the bottom of the pamphlet, the very last item that she said was that was giving money to individuals that sell sex. So I was like, okay, well, give me that, or whatever like that. So 2 weeks later, I called the number and they asked me to come down to the office. Came down to the office, and I was interviewed. After the interview, it was cameras. So that's how all of this got started. And then COVID happened.
Oh.
So when COVID happened, it was all of our resources that the Black and Brown TGNC individuals was going to was closed. And it was closed. And so people they were scrambling. TGNC individuals was scrambling, trying to figure out how were they going to, continue, or what was the resources, or, and things of that nature. So that's when I was forced into opening up Black Transnation. Because individuals was coming to me, like, you're doing the Walking Wild trends, you have introduced decriminalization of sex work, we need this. So then that's when mutual aid started happening, and I started chairing different mutual aids where, Black Transnation was able to, open up a mutual aid program where we end up, start doing mutual aid. So that's how we first, started. And the mutual aid was geared towards individuals that sell sex workers.
So especially during COVID time where, it was lonely for a lot of people, how important was it to have a support system within the trans community?
It was very important to have a support system in the trans community because a lot of us come from homelessness. A lot of us have mental health issues. A lot of us come from abandonment issues. So just imagine COVID and everybody have to isolate, and we are really having abandonment issues, or feeling as if we are alone. And, so that was really, furthermore, individuals got depressed, individuals were stressed. So it was like a more of a mental health issue then, because individuals didn't have the support. People had, bills to pay. Individuals had they was hungry,
Right.
individuals needed PPE and didn't have the means, or was scared because individuals didn't know or have the clear understanding of what was going on, what is COVID. It was just thrown on us. So it was individuals scared, because you have to understand there was so many individuals that was dying during
Right.
COVID. In New York, there was trailers full of bodies, freezers, so it was, people were scared. And, so a lot of people, they was even scared to go around their immediate family, So
Yeah.
it was just a scarcity. So everybody was just moving out of scarcity during this particular time.
So can you tell me some of the programs that you have?
Yeah, so I'm glad that you said that, because Black Trans Nation actually just kicked out of launch of
Oh.
a transgender educational program. So we actually just launched this program as of February the 1st. And as of right now, this particular program is an educational curriculum program where we have over 12 different curriculums associated by modules to educate 500 Fortune companies, to educate law enforcement. And I'm just going to name, a couple of the programs to get you familiar
Yeah.
with what we'll be having. And all of these programs will be in our membership area. So individuals will have to pay for a membership in order to get access to this. And this membership actually go to the instructors, which are TGNC Black and Brown instructors that does not have to have any experience. We doing all the training, the onboard training. And this is a way to be able to generate revenue, to be able to give to TGNC individuals that become instructors so that they can, get off the street, so that they can, it's like a prevention. And some of the programs that we're going to have transforming lives through trans emotional intelligence. We have understanding transgender inclusion and unconscious bias. We have unlocking access to quality healthcare for the transgender community. We have created an inclusive workplace, best practices for transgender onboard trainings. We have supporting our trans kids, a guide to identifying and valuing LGBTQ youth in your community. We have showing up for your trans friends, a guide for being an ally. We have creating a welcoming workplace for transgender employees. We have developing a framework of external policies and resources for schools and companies. We have building more diverse and inclusive future together, a transgender incarceration program. We also have understanding the basics of transgender issues. We have exploring gender identity, a guide to understanding transgender and gender nonconforming people and issues. And last but not least, we have the exploring transgender communities, a guide to culture exclusivity.
How has creating your organization helped your mental health?
Oh my gosh. Look, can I be honest? Oh, it helped build me as an individual. And what I mean by that, because I have been restructuring, trying to figure out, okay, like what is the need? What is happening? I was doing mutual aid and, got taken advantage of, where I don't even have any really clothes to wear, even for this interview today. So, due to me giving out a lot of stuff, and then also, being robbed in doing this work. So now it got to the point where, because I opened up my door, because I don't have a physical location, and we have TGNC immigrants that's coming from the global South that don't have that have to, wait, or it's a lot that's happening. So to avoid individuals from sleeping on the streets due to, the mayor already taking the immigrants off the streets, I open up my door and when I open up my door, I'm, I understand what I'm putting, and things happen. So what made me recreate, revamp, restructure, rebrand, and start this educational curriculum for companies and, for the world. And also, I also have a policy that I have written up to actually bring to the legislation to be able to get this as a law, where these 500 Fortune companies have to have these particular trainings, in order to, it's just something that it needs to be done, because a lot of people is scared, and due to scarcity, they move out of fear, because it's something that they don't know and they don't understand.
Yeah.
So now that we have a curriculum and there was a need, there was no we don't even have the educational, we didn't at the this up until now, we did not have any educational curriculums that, was even for us, while a lot of individuals, as far as lawmakers, are up in Albany speaking about, trans education, trans this, you don't nobody even know nothing about it. So this is why this curriculums was created, so people can get educated about it, so that it can be a more of a inclusive, and and also it was so that I can keep these people out my house, because I'm overlooked, I'm underfunded, and the best way that individuals can help us is, at this particular point, I am we're still, all of this is being built out.
Yeah.
So maybe within the next 48 hours, our membership for Black Transnation will be set up, as far as like the prices for individuals to be able to become members, to be able to get this content, where we can be able to have our trainings live, because all these trainings come with certifications. And they're coming from TGNC instructors. So, and I can't do nothing at this particular point. I have right now up to date 5 TGNC qualified instructors who have sent cover letters, resume, and have filled out the application. But I can't move forward until I have some type of funding. So there is a call to action, where we need individuals to most definitely please donate to Black Transnation. Please follow Black Transnation, Facebook, Instagram, follow TS Candii, and that's TS Candii with 2 eyes, because I never question myself with a Y, across all platforms. And we are in dying need of right now financial support to be able to fund this particular program, so that we can be able to hire TGNC and instructors. And we're hiring, and this is global. We actually have individuals that are, or excuse me, organizations that are in Africa, Kenya,
Oh, wow.
and Jamaica, that are, connected with this particular program, that will be teaching out the country, because those areas as well have abomination laws that
Oh, yeah.
are geared towards our community, again, because of lack of education. So yes, that's why we restructured. That's our newest program. We have over 12 curriculums, and we have like about 5 to 10 modules in counting per curriculum. So it's very, look, it speaks for itself.
What motivates you?
What motivates me, to be honest with you, when getting it, when I started this activism work,
Yeah.
I thought it would have been the community. I thought it would have been the people that I'm serving. And come to find out, it's not that. Because the people that I'm serving in the community is the same ones that, try to, fight against one another. So what really motivates me is, look at, we have Snaps Media. This award is honoring the 2022 Power Woman of Queens, T.S. Candii, Black
Oh,
Transnation.
wow. Congrats.
Thank you. We have Snaps Media honoring the 2022 The Bronx Powerless, T.S. Candii, Black Transnation. Oh. We have Dance Paper and NGLCC presents the 2022 Out East and Impact Awards, T.S. Candii, Black Transnation LLC, and all of the many other awards that, makes up the wall. This is what motivates me. This is what ensure me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as the executive director, the founder of Black Transnation. These recognitions, these awards, these certifications by Vanessa Gibson, president of the Brew of the Bronx, citation to T.S. Candii, and President Vanessa Gibson again to Black Transnation, City Council, Fair Lewis, New York State Senate, Leroy Comrie, due to them, recognizing the work that I'm doing here on the ground and trying to make sure that New York, and not only New York, but all 50 states globally identify and recognize TGNC individuals as humans, my fight is not done. So as long as they keep recognizing me, that's what ensure me. That's what helps me with my mental health is, individuals, joining, individuals helping, individuals donating, individuals recognizing. That's what ensure me that everything that I do is accounted for.
Yeah,
And
New York's huge. So I mean, that's a giant start.
yes, yes. And I, I founded Black Transnation in 2022. No, excuse me, 2020, April of
Yes.
2020. I founded Black Transnation in April 2020. And, I don't regret it. I'm not going to say this is an easy job being executive director. I'm not going to say that, I mean, I love what I do. I honestly do. I really, really love what I do. But as I do what I do, I learn.
Yeah.
So, and I learn what is beneficial for me. I learn, I'm learning because all of this is totally new. I come from a background of sex work, private detective, um, sex work, retail management. So this social justice is totally new to me. And I really enjoy what I do. But like I said, there's it's the people that I serve is what mold and change me into being who I am.
Yeah. What advice would you give people in the trans community that are like in the Midwest or, in smaller states, the South, all of that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Community, keep your head up, keep your heart open. We understand, like down south, I'm from the South, I'm from Tennessee, so I understand those red states. I understand those areas where it's very rural, and I understand, not having funding. I understand being the individuals that have been in an organization 5-10 years that haven't even got $5,000 for the work that they're doing.
Jeez.
So, it's keep your head up, and this is why I'm doing the work, because I know what they're feeling, and that's why we created that educational program so that we can be able, because to be honest with you, I have some of those 2 out of 5 of those applications from them as instructors are executive directors of organizations from the South. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's so it speaks for itself, because individuals know the need, and not only know the need, individuals need funds to be able to fund their org, because you have organizations that has the name or whatever like that, and don't give them no funds. Don't, it's hard out here.
Right.
And I understand, and that's why TS Candii, and that's TS Candii with 2 eyes, and that's why I'm going to fight, and that's why I'm going to make sure, and I'm going to ensure that laws are changed, that's going to better us. And I'm going to ensure that we have some type of educational curriculum. So we're going to have something to put on the table where individuals need to come get this training, because y'all have a lot to say about us and don't know nothing about us.
Yeah.
So that's why we have this particular trainings, so that individuals can learn about us, from us, made by us. And that's why we have the transgender educational curriculum.
So how can You said it earlier, but how can people reach out and help?
Look, the main thing that we need individuals to do, we have a donate button right now on our website. You can donate there. You can write checks, but when you donate, in the memo line, please write transgender educational curriculum so that we can make sure those funds are put where they need to be at, and so that we can be able to move the funds where it needs to be. So we need people to be specific on transgender educational curriculums in the memo. We receive checks right now. In a few, like, so I'm gonna be honest, we're still putting doing the cover,
Right.
the graphics for the covers. So we haven't on our blacktransnation.org, our website, we have a membership area. We are working on that membership area. That membership area is going to be where individuals will be able to register and click if they want to be monthly, annually, or if they just want to purchase a curriculum. And those, and then they will have the different type of access to whatever curriculums. So as of now, that area is currently still being built out because, like I said, we are creating all of this. So it's being built out now as we speak. So the best way to donate is through our Act Blue account, and I'm also about to get ready to put up a GoFundMe.
Okay.
I'm about to get ready to put up a GoFundMe. And I was kind of waiting to at least got a couple of the images for the curriculum, so people would see, like, the different type of curriculums by like the image. So that's the only reason that I kind of was like kind of holding off
Right.
on that. So that because I wanted to everybody to see, like, on one shot, like, boom, this is what's happening. But as of now, um until the GoFundMe is up, um y'all can Act Blue donate. Go to our website, donate right in the description, Black Transnation Educational Curriculum. Right, you can send a check to Black Transnation. Our address, which is on our website, is 3403 Foster Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11210. That's apartment 6G. Send a check. You can email executive executive dar at blacktransnation.org. Go on our website, email me. All right, send me an email. You can write us on any of our social medias. That's Black Transnation on Twitter, Black Transnation on Instagram, Black Transnation on LinkedIn, Black Transnation on Facebook. Reach out to us, TS Candii. That's TS Candii across all platforms. I am Google friendly. Black Transnation is Google friendly. So please reach out to us